Welcome to part 3 of our exclusive series, this week with Roger Federer, reflecting on this year's US Open back in Switzerland.
What I miss about New York is just the crowd, really, because the crowd always waits for something to happen. You know, they don't come in and says like, okay, today we're gonna go crazy. They're waiting for you to do something, and then they will wake up, and then they're right there, and they're right behind you, and they make it one of the best atmospheres on the planet on a tennis court. Especially, it's the biggest one we have. I think now, not having seen the roof is a bit of a pity, but I miss the fans the most. I mean, I think that's still one of my biggest thrills to be playing tennis today, is actually playing in front of people. And I'm one of the fortunate guys like Novak and Rafa and other guys who always get center court. So I really appreciate that, and I think that's probably what I miss the most. Do I love the city? Of course I do. I love New York City. I love Flushing Meadows. I love so much about it. I got to know the place so well. I have a lot of friends there as well, so of course I miss them as well. But at the end, I'm a tennis player, and I miss the fans the most, yeah. Well, I think, believe it or not, I don't think a lot of just normal people who don't play the game so much know how much impact this roof is actually going to have forever in New York, because Flushing Meadows, New York City, used to be the windy Grand Slam, pretty much. It used to be the one where you had to fight wind, humidity, heat, hustle and bustle, you know, just it was everything. And it was true that, you know, if you made it in New York, you can make it anywhere. It's kind of really, it resonates to me as well. The thing about the roof is now it's only over center court, so all the outside courts still have all of those, you know, effects of the wind and the humidity and all that. Whereas on the center court now, you almost have no more wind. Last year I was completely surprised, and the roof wasn't even completely finished yet. But there's basically no more wind on center court, and there's no more sun on center court, except I think in the first couple of hours of the day, which has changed for me the US Open forever, in a good way, because I think the level of play is going to go up, especially towards the back end of the tournament, because there's going to be no wind at the best matches, so the best players can play in best conditions. Because of no more wind entering the arena, I think it's going to be really interesting that how much players are going to be sweating. Last year it was unbelievable how hot it seemed inside, because there was just no wind, sort of air coming through, and I was missing it, to be quite honest, and I was just sweating more than I ever had at the US Open. Yeah, and I think probably there are going to be less surprises, you know, overall, just because it's the wind equals out the game a little bit more, because, you know, top guys have to play also a bit more carefully in the wind than without wind. So I think it's actually an advantage for the top guys.